Have you ever tried to lose weight and you've been lifting weights, doing cardio, eating pretty well, and you notice that your arms getting more lean, face getting more chiseled, and your clothes fits better on your body? Everything is getting leaner, but that thing down there is still not getting smaller. That freaking stubborn belly fat. And that's what happened to me. And I was wondering, why is that? Am I just bloated? Do I have water retention? Or just because of my genetics? Whatever I'm gonna do, that freaking thing is not gonna go away. So I started doing a lot of research about nutrition, fat loss, bloatiness, water retention, hormones, and this is what I learned. And the lesson is much more valuable than just how to get a six-pack. So let me explain. First of all, let's talk about bloatiness. Bloatiness is a temporary expansion in your belly caused by accumulation of air, gas, and undigested food. And it can be caused by a few different things, such as if you're drinking carbonated water, if you're chewing gum, drinking through the straw, or while you're eating, you're talking, you're getting distracted, you're opening your mouth, inhaling all that gas and air, which can cause bloatiness. Certain food sources, like if you are lactose or gluten intolerant, that can also cause bloatiness. Certain vegetables like cabbage, beans can also cause you bloatiness. And that's what happened to me. I noticed that certain food sources, like for example, protein bar, caused me to be bloated. And I learned that's due to higher level of alcohol, sugar, and artificial sweeteners, which I was not responding very well to it because that caused me to be bloated. I was also drinking Diet Pepsi, which is obviously carbonated drink, which caused me to also be bloated. I know what you might think, that Diet Pepsi is bad for you. I don't think it's that bad. It actually helped me with sugar cravings, but at the end of the day, I'm also not perfect. So I did minimize that, and that helped me a lot to feel less bloated. So what can help you is try to minimize foods that you feel cause you to feel gassy and bloated in your stomach. Try to eat slowly, chew your food slowly, minimize distraction, try not to talk excessively while you're eating, don't rush with your food, minimize carbonated drinks or chewing a gum or drinking from the straw, staying active, walking, stretching. That's also gonna help you to pass that gas. You can also take digestive enzymes that help you with digestion of certain foods. You can also drink peppermint or ginger tea, that also shown to help you with bloatiness. Taking short walks after you eat and managing your stress, staying active, staying hydrated, make sure you're consuming enough fiber. All those things can also help you with feeling bloated. Another thing that can make you feel like you are fat in that stomach section is due to water retention. And that can be caused due to high level of stress and lack of sleep, which can increase your cortisol level, which is a stress hormone, which can cause water accumulation in that stomach section. Eating high sodium processed foods can also increase water retention in your stomach area. Sodium is not necessarily bad, it's actually good for you, but higher amount of sodium can cause water retention and also certain hormonal changes. Like for females, for example, if they're going through a menstrual cycle and they have hormonal changes, that can also cause water retention. For males as well, if they're aging or if they're using performance enhancing drugs like testosterone, can also cause water retention, but it's not necessarily fat. It's not a permanent thing. It can be fixed with certain things, such as making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure you're managing your stress, and you're managing hormones. If you have some hormonal imbalances, obviously talk to your physician and try to minimize highly processed, high sodium foods, which that can also cause water retention. Now, the things that I mentioned, the bloatiness, the water retention, those are temporary things, and then it can be fixed relatively quickly. But for the most people, the thing down there that is not going down, even though your arms and your body is lean, is because it's that last stubborn body fat, which is the hardest to lose. It's much easier to drop your body fat percentage from 30% to 25 or 25 to 20. But the leaner you are, the harder it is to lose more fat. And unfortunately, for most people, specifically for males, we tend to accumulate more fat cells in the central stomach area. For females, it's more on the hips and the legs. And unfortunately, we just have to diet a little harder, diet a little longer, be a little bit more patient, sacrifice certain pleasure foods, and eat more clean, healthy, more bland food, not as highly palatable, delicious, high-calorie foods. And unfortunately, the leaner we want to be, it just takes more time and it's much more difficult. For some people, they can look very lean and they can have already six-pack and don't have that stubborn belly fat when they are at 15, 14, 13% body fat. For some people, that's not the case. They have to go get leaner than that in order to have that six-pack and lower that last stubborn lower belly fat. Unfortunately, is just because of genetics. But what I learned the most from my research is not about how to lose fat. The reality of that is you just have to be in a calorie deficit. You have to be patient. It takes time. You have to continue working out, doing resistance training, doing your cardio, eating clean, healthy, nutritious foods, getting enough sleep. I learned what causes bloatiness and water retention. But the most valuable lesson that I learned from my journey when I was trying to lose fat and get leaner is how to be more disciplined, how to be more patient, how to sacrifice certain things and say no to temptations and cravings. Because those things help me to not only look better, feel better, have more energy, be leaner, but also those were character development and discipline development experiences. The training for me is fun. Going to the gym, listening to the music, lifting weights, doing more cardio, that's a time that I enjoy. It allows me to de-stress, forget about daily responsibilities, and it's just fun. And it's only 1 hour per day for me. But the nutrition and the overall lifestyle, that's a 24 hours endeavor. And it's much harder to do because you constantly have to focus on that and be disciplined and remember to be patient and remember about your goals. So those are the biggest goals that I learned from all that experience, just trying to go from day one when I started my diet to day 100 when I was leaner. And this discipline, staying patient, is much more valuable than just having a six-pack. Yes, we want to be lean, we want to be healthy, but we don't have to carry that shredded lean six-pack physique all year around. That's actually not realistic and not necessarily maybe healthy to be that lean. As long as you are, for males, under 20%, I think you're gonna be in a good range. Find your balance, find what makes you happy. Having a six-pack doesn't necessarily mean that you are a better person, but learn how to be disciplined, learn how to be patient, learn how to say no to temptations and cravings, to stick to your vision, to what is really important to you. And that's the biggest lesson that I learned from going from day 0 when I was trying to lose fat to day 100 when I was able to get much leaner and getting that six-pack.